Yo, never reach for fire. And I'm gonna say that again. Never, ever reach for fire. And you know what the fire is. The fire are your bad habits and your karma and just the things that you know that you do or reach for that bring you down onto a lower level of life, but you continue to reach for it for some reason. And you know what? I have some theories about what that reason is, especially in the field of like relationships. You know, I feel like the reason that we reach for our fire in relationships, you know, those people that are continuously hurting us or just disappointing you or any of the sort, and you continuously reach for them, and you the funny thing about love is that love makes you, when you love someone, you make all the excuses in the world for them. When you love someone, you just you're covered in rose tinted glasses. Everything that they do is acceptable, or you know, maybe in a way, in a twisted way, you make it seem like it is love or it's a form of love. But no. That's why it's important to see things for what they are. It's important to see things and deal with things as they are, whatever they are. And sometimes that's kind of like, it kind of hurts in a way, but I'm getting off that brings me back to what I'm saying before, this theory of why we reach for the things that hurt us. And I think it comes from a primal wound, some sort of lack of fulfillment that you got from your parents. Whether it's like, let's say you had a mom that worked a lot because she had to, maybe pops wasn't there, so she had to keep working, and so just her trying to be the man of the house and the mother at the same time, you know, you can't serve two masters. You can't be both polar opposites. You're either more of one or the other. So having to work that hard developed traits of a man, which is counterintuitive to the traits of a woman, so they collide. Your masculine and feminine energies are just colliding in with each other, and it forms a kind of distorting of your soul when you're not fully what you are. But I guess that's a whole other topic. So because of that, you know, some masculine traits on the list of them is just the ability to be cold, and how in a way you have to master the ability to be cold. I mean, this is for my guys. You have to be able to be cold sometimes. And the funniest thing is that people think it's so easy to be a jerk, bro. I'm kind of trying to keep this PG. But a D-head, they think it's so easy to be a D-head, but they don't realize that most people have hearts. Like, I think it's crazy when people start talking about, oh, the world is so evil, the world is so this, the world is that. Nah, bro, the world is what it is. And the thing is, if it was so evil, it wouldn't be able to exist. Society would not be able to exist if people were so evil. If anything, it's 60% good and 40% evil. But that just might be my childish naivete. I'm still pretty young. I'm 24. So, I mean, I've been thinking this way for a long time. But if it was so evil, society would not be able to stabilize. Evil and wickedness is not sustainable. They're short-term things that give you short-term gains. And it's not like evil is bad in of itself. You need good and evil. You need chaos and order for balance. But that's another topic again. But, just take lying for example. Lying is a terrible thing to do for yourself, mainly. Because when you lie, you are against the tide of reality. And reality is reality. So it's an unsustainable thing. Anything that's hid in the dark always comes to the light, because the light is what it is. But back to the good and evil thing. It has to be 60% good, or else it wouldn't be here. So, yeah, it's not so evil. Everything is what it is. I done went on so much of a tangent that now I'm trying to get back to what the point was. I think it was with the mom, right? Why we reach for things that aren't good for us. Okay. So, right, your primal wound. Now that she's gaining all this, back to the single mom example, gaining all this masculine energy, you have to be a little bit more cold, a little bit more detached to just compete in the workplace. It's not a bad thing. It just is what it is. So, now, the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. The way that she'll be in the workplace is the way that she'll treat her kids. And so now, there are kids that are growing up without that feminine touch of their mother to balance them out and make them complete people. So, and this is mainly for the guys, I guess, because I'm a guy and I can relate. But now you go and search for the qualities of your distant cold mom in other people, especially for the guys and other women. You look for that in other women. And so now you simp out and you go crazy trying to win her approval, because deep down you have this primal wound of feeling that you never got approved by your mom. So now you do all this shit and you get your soul wrapped around somebody's finger and they can do what they want. And this goes for the women too. Like, maybe you didn't have your dad around, so it's hard to trust men because you've never had the example of a man in the house, I guess. I know a lot of this be sounding crazy, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Sometimes it makes you unable to trust men per se. And so now you get back into this cycle of attracting cold men because in a way they're more trustworthy. Because I feel like as women, you have this, how do I say it? Like, low-key, I be feeling bad for y'all. Because you live in this world where everybody's so nice, trying to always give you something. But you've learned, I guess, just from living and just observing the world, that a lot of men just want one thing. That's what you're taught. They just want one thing. And I mean, that's ill-advised, but it's not like there's no truth in it. So there's some truth, but it's not the whole truth. But you live in this world where everyone's so nice, hee hee ha ha all the time, and it's like, and then something happens, and then something happens. It's like it's hard to trust anything. So when you see a guy that's cold, it's like he's not trying to give me nothing, he's not trying to do nothing for me, he must not, like, he must have something going on within him that makes him so independent of trying to, because everybody else is just trying to get something. Like, I got everybody. And so, right, but the thing is, sometimes those cold guys just be sociopathic, or they at least have sociopathic tendencies. And so you'll keep doing what he say, going through the motions, when there's never been an example of a fully integrated man. And it's not like that's to say that, oh, all these niggas is YouTube chill. It's not to say that all these people are, you know, you're not a superior man. It's just more to say that it's a rare thing. It's a rare thing because it's a hard thing to do. It's a hard thing to be. And we're all humans, you know, like. So that's my theory. I guess my solution for it would be to just develop a capacity and a deep loving for what reality is, and try to live in that. I guess in our own ways we all try to escape what reality is, but reality is reality. So we have to look at it whether we like it or not. So we might as well learn to love every single facet of it. And that goes from, you know, a rock on the side of the street to the person in front of you. I think that just comes from realizing that we all just come from that one source. At the end of the day, everything is energy. A rock, a book, fire, it's all energy. It's just manifested in a denser way that can be touched and felt. But at the end of the day, everything's energy. And it all comes from that one primal energy that just came together in its own swirling and created what it is. You know, so even with man-made stuff, it's just the energy just decided to be a chair, but it didn't decide to be a chair, it decided to be a tree. Chairs aren't in nature. I guess if you follow what I mean, you know what I mean. So develop a deeper loving for it, and what's been helping me, like, with that practice, I guess, because I'm not perfect with this either. I'm trying to be better. But what's helped me with this process is this phrase that I learned recently, and it's infinite love and gratitude. And it's like, I guess I could talk about that in a whole other thing, but the phrase infinite love and gratitude, it just has a type of energy back behind it when you say it, because the things you say, before you say something, you listen to yourself first, you know, before anybody hears it. Your voice travels through the air and goes into another person's ear, but it hits your eardrums first. So your words affect you the most. So try to say more positive words. Try not to talk shit about people. Try not to just say, man, I hate this. Just, you know, the word that you're saying, hate, you're putting that in, the word hate. You know, you could try the negative of it. I don't know if that's the grammatical word for it, but negative. Instead of saying, man, I hate this, you're just like, man, I don't love this. You know what I mean? Because at least you're putting that word love into it. And that word just kind of charges your different energies. Your electrical body, your your magnetic body. And if that sounds like crazy gibberish, it's another topic, I guess. Like I said, this is my first video. I'm just trying it out. You know, so if you like it, if you like the info, felt like it helped you, you know what to do. Alright, I'm gonna see y'all later. Infinite love and gratitude.